Totally storage. We've got a pile of American flags.
Hey, Joe Siegel. This courthouse seems to always be rung with the American flags. Nice to see. B Square. Sheriff Department. Everybody over there hanging out the courthouse annex, but they got caution tape up. Yeah, American flags everywhere. Alabama camera. You in southern Alabama? Hey, Franklin, how you doing? They got caution tape up at the annex so you don't go in, but there's lots of people sitting there on the chairs inside the caution tape. Interesting. Over there's the post office. We'll have to go visit that here in a bit. We're in Madison, Florida. Over there's the Republican Party of Madison. That's the, evidently that must be the Republican Party headquarters. It says closed. Too bad. We'd go in there and see what we could find. Corridor Farmers here somewhere. You don't think we can? Oh yeah. Yeah, you notice the courthouse annex, they got it roped off with caution tape, but there's a bunch of people inside under the roof sitting around. It's amazing. It's okay to keep the post office open. Post office has been here since 1936, folks. Walk in and see what they have to say. I did a video here a few months ago. It's pretty nice in here. Didn't have a problem the first time. Let's see if we got a problem this time.
I was like seeing the old buildings.
Yeah, this place is pretty nice in here, folks.
That's the out. This is the.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem last time I was in here. Tall ceilings. He's got the old.
There's a painting over there.
Post 7, folks. Right there. Postage supplies. And a nice mural on the wall. Nice foyer to walk into. Yeah, it is. I like these old buildings, Bug. Got this really cool mural on the wall up there. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. What? A cotton gin or something?
Yeah, cotton.
Yeah.
Back in the old days.
My friend on here, she says she's from here, and she says she don't like that painting.
Don't nobody like it.
Don't nobody like it?
I'm sorry, they put that.
It's almost offensive, ain't it?
Really, that didn't know that.
Is that offensive to you?
Really?
Is it? No, seriously. I'm on YouTube Live right now. I got a couple people watching, but
We don't like things that are offensive to people.
my friend, she's from. Her name's Kay. Her name is Kayville.
It's done by George Snow Hill.
She said she's from here. She didn't like that picture at all.
I really don't know.
Well, I'm gonna put a complaint in about it. Should I go to your commissioner? I have no problem with that.
My rent on 267.
What do you guys think? Is that picture offensive? They're showing people doing.
Slave work. It's a slave day picture. And these people are finding it offensive and they still have it there.
It's like there's slave people working on
Cotton.
like a cotton gin of some sort. It's a
No, that painting is it's of the old cotton mills back in the day. That slaves are working on the cotton mill.
Oh, I can see it now because you can see the.
They're
boards
spinning
from the
cotton and
building.
all
That's
that.
the outside boards of the building right there. That's lots of
Yeah.
air can go through. And then on the back it shows people picking cotton in the field. That's terrible.
You sure?
That's terrible. I'm going to commit. We're going to go to commissioner's office right now, files.
This is the Madison County Post Office,
Post office.
Madison, Florida.
That's just. I hate to say it, but I expect that out of these northern Florida towns. I hate to say I'm not from here, but this is
We find this all over northern Florida.
the most racist area I've ever been in my life. It's really bad. The world needs to change. And if they don't face it now, I mean, people all over the world are doing the same thing. I think they face it. So what do they do?
No, it shouldn't, Pug. Ain't no doubt about it.
We can lay it out. So there's more. What do we do about it? I get straight up on me walking around the camera.
Is that? Whatever we can see. Right now we're filming the mural. Do you like that? Hey, sir. That mural. Do you like that mural?
We're debating that mural.
That's got our attention.
It's got people working on the slave, on cotton fields. Huh? David goes there. What do you do now? What do you think about a picture in the post office that shows slaves working in the field? Does that look good to you?
No, I don't.
You don't want to talk about it, I'm sure of that. I'm getting frustrated, so I'm gonna leave because I get frustrated really easy and then.
All hell breaks loose.
Speech, because we're in America, we have free speech. And the
It's not offensive, it's not vulgar. The Supreme Court used that, so you can use the okay word as long as many times as you want.
Yes, so do I, Alabama Cameron. Certainly didn't have a word to say.
Nice meeting y'all, and I hope I can help y'all make it better some way somehow, but if you go with YouTube, my name is the Fourth Dirt Farm. He's my ID, we watching the strip road, race the cops, all over, live on YouTube, so the whole world can see.
Yeah, you got that right, Pug. Exactly. Exactly.
They're mostly all that way.
Hey,
Works here, works
hang on once. I ain't done with this shit yet. Excuse me, ma'am, is the postmaster here? Is the postmaster here?
But y'all take care. I'll see what I can do about this meeting.
All right, then.
I will make some official complaints.
All right. Okay, thank you. You too.
I guess I don't get an answer. Excuse me, ma'am, is the postmaster here? Can I speak to her, please?
She said she'd be right up.
I'm going to talk to the postmaster about this and see what they have to say. Yeah. It's pretty bad when you got residents that have to come into their post office and be offended. You know, they take down Confederate flags, they take down statues, but yet they have this above their head in Madison, Florida. The northern counties of Florida especially are very, very, Hello, ma'am. Are you the postmaster? That mural up there, why is it still here?
I'm not sure.
What does that represent to you?
I don't have any comments, sir.
You have what?
I don't have any comments, but do you need?
That's
to
not
send me-
offensive to you?
Are you the one that requested to send me?
Yeah.
Okay, how can I help you?
Does that offend you?
I don't have any comments.
You don't have any,
How else can I help you?
why don't you have any comment? You got people coming in here that told us that they were offended by that. I mean, look at it. It offends me. I'm not even black, lady. That's offensive. It's in a post office. It's in a U.S. post office, and we got shit like that. You're in charge here, right?
Ma'am, you can come on up, we'll be right with you.
Shouldn't we take that down?
If there's nothing else, I'm gonna go back in my
That's
office.
all you're gonna say? You got a complaint form. You got any complaint forms?
A complaint form?
Yeah.
I can give you 1-800 number. Do
All right.
that. I
Yeah.
can give you 1-800 number.
All right.
okay?
Yeah. Interesting. Real interesting, eh? Unbelievable. Thank you. And I'm not responsible for any calls you get. I've been live, okay? So there you go.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Thank you. So there you got it. If someone wants to post that number up, take care of them, folks. We found a formal complaint. I don't get offended by the damn Confederate flag as bad as that was offensive. The Confederate flag was a battle flag. It represents the poor folk that fought for freedom. That just puts slavery in your face back there. And they wonder why people wonder why they feel suppressed. They wonder why they want to destroy the government. Fucking idiots. Madison County Supervisor of Elections. We support our local law enforcement enforcers. God bless. Thank you, Terry Golson. I don't know what the number is. The number 275-8777. Master General, that's fine. It's Madison County, Florida Post Office. Yeah, mine keeps saying reconnecting for some fucking reason.
One more time, let's go check the flag.
If anything, I got this on a static camera, just as long as I still got sound. If for some reason it wasn't recording sound lately, so oh, look at this. Oh yeah, they got that right. Courtroom. This is the courthouse, folks.
Alright. Lay this thing down so it don't fall down. We got a ladder.
Okay, no knives?
No, I ain't got no knives. I might cut myself. Alright.
Worst thing we could do would be carrying weapons while we're doing this.
Free safe country.
Gonna get some x-rays, folks.
X-ray. Where do you want this at? See there?
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
Get these people back up before they're dizzy. Thank you, sir.
all righty.
Another old building.
All flags outside. I was checking to see if there was any blue line game flags on the police cars because there's a blue line game.
It's nice these small cities keep from destroying the old architecture anyway.
You agree with that? Huh? Well, see, the police say they paint a blue line on a black and white flag, and they'll put a blue line across the bottom, and they call that the blue line police flag. But Americans think of it as a blue line gang flag. Well, if you see it, you'll know what it is, because if you go in front of their police station, y'all in Madison.
There's sheriff.
There's sheriff. Yeah, that's the sheriff department up
They
there.
all got a pallet sitting in front of the police station with a blue line to Americans, to most Americans with your blue line gang flag on.
It's offensive, just like the Confederate flag's
If
offensive.
you guys put a blue line across it, it's offensive to most Americans. But y'all don't care, the police don't care, because they say, well, that's us saying that we're a blue line, or whatever excuse you want to use, but it's still offensive to most Americans. And we went up there to the police department and asked them if they wanted us to take that pallet and burn it for them because it's offensive to us, and he said it belongs to the sheriff's department, which is the people I thought. But
Yeah, that's crazy,
in this
Buck.
day and age, the people are separated from the police, and that's why there's rioting in the streets all across the whole world. You know there's fires burning everywhere but Antarctica against the police?
Not here.
Every country, well, not in Madison, but I'm sure it'll come eventually, because it's a matter of time for one of these officers here in Madison do something exactly like the one just did in Taylor County.
They're pretty professional.
Yeah, but I've been watching y'all and I know about your history.
We haven't had a problem with them
I know
here
about
since.
officers that used to work here long ago. We can go with the one named Green. He was the
You work for the county, sir?
of the police.
You work for the
department
county?
I'm the clerk of court.
in
Clerk of court?
Madison County. He was like the fastest, youngest captain or whatever of the police department several years back. His family was the Green family. His father was like the first commissioner around here. Everything was painted green in his whole family, in his underwear. It's in the Genesis Book of World Records. Huh?
He's on the newspaper.
But it's in the Genesis Book of World Records. He was the first one to be the commissioner in Madison or something. He was the first one. What was he? He was elected in something. No?
On the newspaper.
Okay. I read it once. I knew that story. But I know he did own the newspaper. Now his daughter owns all the newspapers around here.
Let me ask you guys a question.
They paint a blue line on the American flag. You know, I mean, it's offensive. And I think-
All you guys have been in the post office, correct?
Yes.
What do you think of the mural on the wall?
Nice piece of art.
Nice piece of art?
Shows slavery.
I don't know that it takes slavery. It takes cotton, which is a big deal here. It's painted in the 30s.
We were talking
not
to
in the
women that were
1830s.
color, and they both were offended by it just a minute ago.
Right. So that's not offensive to anybody? We've had quite a few people in the post office that was telling us when we told them we were filming the mural, told us that's offensive,
It could be to some people, I can understand that.
especially the black people. Does that offend you, sir?
It's just a picture to me.
Just a picture?
That's a picture to me.
Right.
Things are what they are, that's the thing. I'm not-
What about taking down that statue, the Robert E. Lee statue? Is that offensive?
That's a-
That'd be pretty much,
That's a Confederate Soldiers Memorial statue. It's not
Right.
a regular statue.
but it.
But see, that's
it
offensive to-
slavery-
You see, what y'all doing is mischaracterizing that statue, the same way y'all are mischaracterizing the mural on the wall.
Why are we mischaracterizing the statue?
Because you just said it's about slavery. This is the mural.
The
It's not.
Confederate, the war,
Confederate one, he's called it the Robert E. Lee statue. It's
Whoa,
not a
whoa, whoa,
statue
whoa.
honoring Robert E. Lee.
Why are you relating that incident to
No,
slavery?
I did.
No, I'm not. So one of y'all just said, the mural depicts slavery. And I said, no, it doesn't. Put it there in the 1930s in the Works Project, not the 1830s.
That
Then you call
mural was?
that statue over there, the Robert E. Lee statue, which is not. It's a Confederate Soldiers Memorial statue. So when people mischaracterize things, that's what incites people.
But then doesn't,
And that's what's happening all over the country. People mischaracterizing police violence, people mischaracterizing.
And we don't, no. We don't mischaracterize police violence.
People are mischaracterizing the Black Lives Matter movement.
Let me say this, okay? A cop pulls you over and he walks up to you and he says, "Why did you take a picture of that woman back there alongside the road?" What are you going to say?
pulled you over with a blue light sign and walks up to the car and says.
Is that allowed? Is that them not overstepping their boundaries? Is that overstepping your boundaries? Can you stop me just to ask me if I took a picture of somebody? Can you do that?
So if a lady calls a cop and says, hey, some dude on the side of the road, and that Baxter's place was in the middle of nowhere, took a picture of you, and the cop shows up, pulls us over, and he walks up and says, I pulled you over. I said, what'd you pull us over for? He says, because some lady said you took a picture of her down the road down there, and I just called to check why. And I'm like, well, we didn't break a law.
He said that's the only way he could get to ask us.
He only making
That's illegal.
contact with us, but
That just broke my rights.
Is it legal to pull me over if I didn't break a law? You know what I
That's
mean?
why we're out here doing what we're doing. We find this stuff.
And
We
plus,
expose
I had a
this
challenge-
stuff.
I had a challenge a year ago. Someone says, I says, there's a lot of rapist cops in the United States. I said, they probably get busted every single day when it gets caught. And they said, no way. I said, well, I'll make a bet with you. And I made a bet with them. I said, I bet you I can put a rapist cop getting busted every single day on my webpage, on the Poor Dirt Farmer YouTube page, for a year. I did some stories, there was 12 cops in one story busted for child molestation, rape.
We're not saying you guys are bad.
No, but I'm saying every single
We know
day
there's some
for the
that's
past
good,
year. That
but-
shouldn't do that.
But this is how we determine whether they're good or not. If he was doing something illegal right now, would you arrest him?
Well, he's not allowed. They got laws. They have to tell them they're going to be arrested. They have to get permission to arrest them. They got to go through steps and stages. That's the.
Would you report though the crime?
The police unions, right? They got protocol. They have to go through. They just don't show up and arrest an officer unless they catch them in act with child porn. And then they have warrants before, because, like I said, I've done over 550 stories in a year. That's 300 and some days in a year. So last year I did over 500 stories. And some of them have 20 cops in one story, some have 12, some have 3, 5, 2. But these are people that get, and the senator of York, of Pennsylvania, got busted for child porn and stuff. And I'm like, so I have a big thing about watching people, how they act, how they treat us, you know, how they go about their day. Because I watched Kirby in Swanton County, he got 125 years. He had child porn on his police computer. But he didn't download the program, right?
But that was a
They
sergeant
were
that
finding
stopped
it.
us yesterday
Yeah.
to ask us, what,
What's our YouTube site?
I'm the Poor Dirt Farmer.
I'm my eye on you.
He's my eye on
My eye on you.
We just walk around, we don't try to hurt nobody.
But the cop yesterday that stopped us, he was just promoted to a sergeant. Well, he's a deputy sheriff. He was promoted to sergeant to take the place of the sergeant that resigned because he closed fist punched the pregnant woman twice.
With handcuffs.
Which come to Taylor County Sheriff's Department from Seminole County Sheriff Department for punching a guy in the back of the car. He resigned there. Come to Taylor County and turned around and did the same exact thing.
Hey, but they also.
It's a history and it repeats itself, and that's what we're out here to expose.
Every day. You know, the most part is, I did a story on the officer O'Connor from Taylor County. I did a story on him months ago when he got in trouble on camera punching a handcuffed man in the back of his cop car. He quit his job, took an anger management class, and moved from down there by Orlando up here, got hired in Taylor County, and quickly promoted to sergeant. And boom, he did it again. So when these cops do these things, we expect them to continue to do it. You know, we want police. I don't want to have to sneak around the corner and peek down the road to make sure it's safe to walk. Nobody's going to jump out and rob me and kill me. So I believe we have to have police. I really believe it, but I also believe we have to have good people, not these angry people. I mean, 50 cops quit because they said they can't put people in the hospital up there in New York. They actually quit because they're not allowed to hospitalize people. Is that why you guys become cops? To hospitalize people? I sure hope not. But it's sure looking that way in this day and age. And that's why we do this. We want to communicate. Most of the time we don't get no talk. These guys, he talks sometimes, he doesn't. You
Now, what's your name again?
Huh?
What is your name?
My name?
Yes.
Poor Dirt Farmer.
Oh, okay.
Poor Dirt Farmer. And if you go on there, you can find my name. Everybody in this whole North Florida area knows me.
What's the name of your license? That was.
I don't give my name because I'm live on YouTube. What's your name? And what's your name? I can't see. I got my glasses all. Isn't it your policy to tell us your name?
Hey, Air Cold, how you doing?
I can't see. I have bad vision.
News Now 702.
Just tell me your name.
You just told me look. I asked you your name, you came up cold, that's all.
Yeah, but it's your job to give me your name.
It's your policy to give us your name and badge number. We're citizens out here just doing nothing.
That's what we're fighting right here.
See, this is the disconnect right there,
That's it.
right there.
He's perfect proof. He just got angry.
This makes people angry out here.
I'm not angry.
Well, I didn't say you were angry. It makes other people angry.
No, it's just. the
It's
way
not going to
it's
make us angry,
You know, the
but there's
police's
citizens out
policy-
here that get angry over this stuff.
When an
This is
American
why
asks
we
an
do this.
officer his name and his ID number, their policy is to tell us, because how do I know who he is? I can't put a complaint.
He's a
against
public
him now
officer.
Because he wouldn't tell me his name and
You
badge
want to know
number.
my name? I can give you my name. I'll give you.
But I asked you that politeness would have been. But see, that's the whole trick. Here's the trick.
Okay.
The trick is, I'm an American citizen. I don't have to by law give you my ID. But by law, by policy,
Yes,
your
it is.
job says you have to give me your name and badge number, your ID number. And that's you guys' policy. You just violate your own policy. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I'm not waiting on you.
Go ahead. You're good.
I ain't got your thing. But no, I'm just saying, not real hard feelings, man. I don't want to disrespect them anyway.
We're not out here to find trouble. We're out here to educate people. You know, officers need to understand what the general public out here is looking at and feeling. And if we don't connect, you know, that's what we're trying to do.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad to meet you.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We got something together there, you know? We come, we go to the same person. And that's like I said, it's just a matter of respect that we should get from officers. They should give us the utmost respect, the utmost politeness, even if they hate us, just pretend it. Pretend it. You know, but what you did right there was wrong.
I don't know nobody that's going to hate.
No, I don't mean it. I'm happy.
I'm saying you know that,
I
right?
fish, I have good times in life, but what I just did to you, I set you up for that. Because I wouldn't give you my name on purpose, even though I don't mind giving you my name. I did that to you on purpose. It was kind of like setting you up for kill, and you did exactly what most officers do that creates the problem between me and you, because I can start using the F word, and it's legal, and the Supreme Court ruled it, but I can go to Valdosta and get arrested for saying, you know, putting the F word on the sign. You know what I mean? But it's not legal for them to arrest you in Valdosta for using the F word on the sign. The Supreme Court, going versus California, Supreme Court ruled the F word isn't involved, so you can't arrest somebody.
See, people are looking at all this protests and riots as, you know, it's a crime. But it's a crime to those people out there that's doing it. The crime's against them. It's because of the disconnect between the police force
Check your policy. Your
nationwide.
policy is, if someone asks you for your name and your ID number, your policy is you're supposed to give it to them. It's like that all throughout the United States.
See, just like that's why I went to the stop yesterday. To stop me just to ask me if I took a photo, that's offensive to me.
And of course, I went on.
That's against my rights. That's against the law.
I cussed him up and down, and I don't really want to do that, but I feel like that's the only way I can get through to an officer that you just can't pull somebody over that didn't break a law. You don't just ride around pull people over, say, oh, I just want to stop and say hi. Did you break a law like that? No? Oh, okay, bye-bye. You cannot do that, but yet Taylor County can say, their sergeant thought we could. And I went off and showed my ass, and looked like a fool in front of a lot of people, but I got like, let me see, 75,000 people watched the video yesterday on one page, 2, 3, 4,000 watched it on his page, 8, 9, 10,000 people watched it on my page. Other pages were around 25, 50, 75,000 people watched that same little 4-minute video. He cussed them out, the Taylor County cop on the side of the road.
Yeah, really.
For no reason at all, I didn't break any law. And he admitted to it on camera, that's the first part. I mean, you just don't do
Selective
that.
attention?
So we walk our cameras everywhere, and I know I'm going to offend people, but hey, it's the only way to get this out, how we're being treated in this.
What's that?
Facebook Live too, same thing?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
YouTube.
I static record here.
Do you mind if I look? I mean, if I,
No,
I'm just curious.
No, we're live.
Oh, so you're live Facebook,
See?
okay. Cause I heard you say hello to somebody just a minute
Yeah,
ago.
no, we're live.
Oh, that's cool.
I only have like, well, 38 people's a lot for me. If somebody said
I got
5
13
bucks,
here, he's got 38 in there, but there's a lot more people live. It's sort of early in the day. But, you know,
I was just curious
it'll
how your
go
setup
nuts.
works.
But yeah, this is just,
That's going to the mic.
yeah, this is just HD recording. You know, I can take the sound and the video off of this and redo it later if I want to. That way,
So is this,
that's the picture.
and then again, I'm just being curious. So is this one of those, is this a rig that you can put a camera on that moves? Is that one of those kind of deals?
No, it's just a stabilizer thing that
You know what I'm saying? You've seen what I'm talking about, where you can,
Yeah.
where if you move the camera stays and.
oh, I got one of those too. That's a gimbal. I just used the gimbal at the sheriff's department. Yeah.
I was just curious. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I just we're live, so I used this so that I could static record and go live. Up there, I did a static recorder, so I just used my gimbal. And that thing, yeah, you can move it all over the place and do whatever you want to.
What are one of those things? I'm just.
Which?
The gimbal.
I think I paid $150 for the one I got.
Really?
Yeah, that's probably it's one of the best ones. I mean, that's for a phone. You'll go up to like $300 if you want to put a camera, like
So
a,
it holds the phone in the right place?
yeah, yep, holds my phone.
Huh.
I can go all over the place, yeah. Yep.
Do you have it? Do you have it waiting?
Yeah.
Can I look at it? I mean, I'm
Yeah,
asking
okay.
because I'm curious about this setup. I'm not,
Yeah, you
I'm not-
follow me out to the vehicle,
I'm
yeah.
not there. I'm just kind of curious about the setup.
I'm gonna go outside and listen.
I got nothing to hide, man.
Oh, I know, but I don't want you to think I'm crying for any other reason. I'm just interested in the setup.
I mean, I just, not sure, we didn't expect to come in here and do what we did. It just depends on how people act and how people talk to us. And, we just like to, we don't like to cause trouble. Trouble finds us.
You don't like what we're doing this, so.
Oh, no, no, we're not. No. We know lots of them. We know, you ever heard of Eric Brandt? Search Eric Brandt. Eric Brandt's getting out of jail today, finally. He's spent 6 months in jail for words. Denver, Colorado. He's known for being the fuck the cops guy. He walks around with a flag, says fuck bad cops. He's been arrested over 100 times for that flag. But he's got 86% of his 200 and some cases have been has been left go because of what he does.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna walk. I just
No,
want to
that's
see
fine.
Everybody knows North Florida's one of the most racist areas.
Hey, gentlemen, nice to meet you. I hope we all got together and understand what's going on. All right, take it easy.
I'm just interested in how one holds the phone like that.
Oh, it basically holds it just like this is holding it,
Right?
except it has three. I forget what the hell you call them. It has 3 balancing wheels in it.
Does it?
Has 3 gyros in it
I
that
just have to see it.
has 3 gyros in it that make it balance itself.
So are you guys from Taylor County or y'all from somewhere else? Or North
Swanee
Florida, or-
County.
Swanee County. All right.
Yeah, we just work around all the counties we can. I've been in Texas, I've been in Colorado, I've been in Wyoming, I've been all over the place. This camera goes.
I mean,
This camera goes wherever. Why? Because there's corruption everywhere, man.
what y'all do is not a bad thing. I don't necessarily agree with the tactic, but I agree with what
Well,
you're
what
doing.
tactic did we use that you didn't like there?
Like I said, I think that sometimes people mischaracterize whenever they generalize things, and it makes people on edge. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but that's just like I said, I don't disagree with what y'all are doing. I'm just not a fan of that.
Well, some people do things a little different than we do. I don't agree with some of the auditors and how they do things either.
Right.
But
But what y'all do is
who's to me to judge?
Oh, okay. So you can't just sit in there like that, and the whole thing moves around. Oh.
And then we turn it on. You got to balance the phone so it sits in there. Okay.
And then you Bluetooth it to this, and that's how you work
Yeah,
it?
you can. I don't because sometimes I don't have time.
I got you.
And when you're out there, you don't think about this. You're just thinking about
What you're watching?
depends on what's going on. But you can Bluetooth it, and this is Zoom and all kinds of other gadgets you can do. You put it on here. This thing here will actually let you move around this way. If I put this down here, and I focus on that over there, no matter where I move it, it's going to stay focused on that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's $150. Yeah.
I'm real good friends with the TV show out there.
Right.
And the producers usually, this is production quality.
I know, but I mean, it's nice.
As a matter of fact, I mean, that production company, I shoot with what my movie right there for sometimes. Phone material on TV shows right now, you wouldn't know.
Oh, no.
Because phones have some of the best video there is.
Right.
My name's Steve, by the way. I'm not
Billy.
afraid to tell you who you
Oh.
is. It's just that, and those guys in there probably been there all the time, they don't get into that, but they gotta understand that, we don't hate cops. None of us hate cops. I got family right now that is cops. I got a soon-to-be son-in-law that wants to be a cop.
Right.
Okay, I have a cousin that was a town cop all his life, and ended up being a sheriff for the majority of his life. He retired now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm in law enforcement. I understand it, but my family that I know of has never done some of the stuff that I see happening out here. My cousin actually, when he retired to be sheriff, the election come up, somebody was running for election and going to get the win that he didn't like because they were such a tyrant. He jumped back in the election, beat him out. To run again until somebody could step up that could win the election. But that's what he did. He was actually moving forward, sold his house in Florida that he just bought, built another house up in Pennsylvania just so he could stay there.
Right.
To fight the tyranny. That's how bad it is.
What part of Pennsylvania?
What part? In the
I've only been to a couple places.
Near State
in
College.
Pennsylvania. Okay, I've only been to a couple places.
I mean, I spent 22 years just outside of Harrisburg
Okay.
before I moved down here. Pennsylvania is very tyrannical. Pennsylvania is worse than Florida's not too bad.
Yeah.
Florida's not too bad compared to Pennsylvania.
A really good friend of mine lives in York.
Yeah, my daughter lives.
Or Lancaster, rather. Not York.
My daughter lives in York. As a matter of fact, the next election she's probably going to run for commission. She just had a big battle with the government there yesterday, or Friday, I mean.
All right.
But she was telling me about it yesterday. But she used to run what was the county nursing home,
Okay.
and they were funneling. It was $8 million in debt. Okay, she was the business manager of a private home, and the people that run the county home brung her over to see what she could do about the debt.
All right.
I'm going to tell you something. She had a stack of papers like this. Her first week there, she recovered $400-some-thousand, right? Till she had this stack of papers like this for the commissioners meeting that they went to sell the nursing home. She had proof that nursing home would be completely out of debt, be highly into black, and they were funneling all the money out of the nursing home into the jail system of York County. But they didn't want to talk about that. And then what the hell the county did was, when they did sell it, they tried to hire her in. They wanted to hire her and create a whole new position of the county,
All right.
and call it a debt collector, and that was her job.
So the county owned the nursing home there?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, every county in Pennsylvania used to own a nursing home, but they all sold them except for a couple of them now.
I didn't know that here.
And see, what they did is they did that, and they bled all the money out of it, and most of them bled it all out to build a jail. York County's jail is tremendous, unbelievable. You could damn near put every resident in that jail,
I had to check it out.
and it's no joke. It's huge, and it costs them. It's their biggest expense they have.
I can believe it.
Okay,
Children.
and what they do, and this is wrong. What they do is they rent it out to other counties and other places to house prisoners. It's income for them.
Yeah.
Police department and law enforcement has become a business, big business.
Very good.
That's what's wrong. That's where it's got to go. That's where it's got to get away from. It's getting too big. It's getting too powerful. They're militarizing, and that's no good. That's no good for here. You think what's happening out here right now? Listen, we've been preaching. What just happened with George and the protests? We've been telling people for years this is coming. We see it.
Right.
We're out here every day. We know thousands of people all over the country. They want to call us sovereign citizens. They want to call us, domestic terrorists. We're not.
Are you not a sovereign?
I want no one. I don't want to fight with you.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have called you a sovereign at all. You have a tag on your car. I mean,
Yeah.
You seem
I
like
pay
an all
taxes,
right,
I do everything.
You seem like an all right.
But that's what they want to label us.
Right.
It's the law enforcement are more sovereign than anybody. Think about it. The majority of law enforcement. They retired. That's what happened.
I thought it was Jesus and Abraham.
But what happens is they retire. The majority of them, if they retire at $150,000 a year, they get $150,000 a year for the rest of their life. Do I get that? No. Unless I did super good with what I made when I was working. I mean, I did okay because I don't have to work right. But it wasn't because I didn't. I'm better than most Americans are.
Right.
It's something we don't teach our people to do.
Mm-hmm. Just save money. Yeah.
I mean, we go to school for 12 years, and how much of schooling is anything about how to live?
None at all.
See?
I was talking about the other day. But luckily, he's good about saving us some people. The camera just died or what?
Yeah.
He and I just had that conversation the other day.
But yeah, it's the disconnect between law enforcement and, you know, I'll give you one. We went to Texas for a rally. A friend of ours had a court date. Okay? You know what the court date was for? He did this to a cop. Okay? And then they went to the court date. 4 people rode on the sidewalk with chalk. They got arrested. Okay?
People out on the sidewalk.
They were thrown in jail for days until they got bailed out.
Right.
Now, the town that this happened in has a festival that people go out and chalk the sidewalk.
Like people walk out on the sidewalk here when
Well, they, you know, the words they didn't like, it's what they did. But it's words.
Yeah.
It's legal. Even if you and I don't like what's on that sidewalk, that doesn't matter.
Right.
Nothing we can do about it. Nothing law enforcement is allowed to do about it. So we went back there. Okay. You know what these bastards did? They brought in military vehicles. They bring in these monitors, these pumps that then go up in the air. So they had fencing all the way around this place to keep us from going in places. They thought we were coming in to shoot up the schools and everything. They had cops all over the place. You know what we did? Stood out there with cameras and protested.
All right.
That's it.
I mean, you got it right.
You know, I wouldn't doubt that they spent millions for 3 days of protest.
Probably.
That they didn't have to have any of it, none of it.
Right.
But that's where law enforcement is wrong. They don't need to do that. It's like the rioting and all that stuff's going on. Everybody wants to say that it's domestic terrorists, this, that, and the other. You know, everybody wants to talk about Martin Luther King in his day and how peaceful protest was. But there was a saying that he had, there was a quote that he made many times that people fail to remember. Riots are the language of the unheard. And these people are out here protesting. And I have friends that's been involved with a protest that actually got shot with rubber bullets and tear gas and that, doing nothing but standing there protesting peacefully. Okay? All these law enforcements are raging war on protesting people, which we are allowed to do by the Constitution. Our Constitution is eroding by bits and pieces really quick. And that's what we're up against. And that's why we're out here. We do what we do. Even though it's just a name, even though it's just you pulling me over,
Right.
you got to get little bits and pieces of that protest in there, because if you don't, we're going to be Russians, we're going to be Chinese walking around here. Even though I would live in China, because I'm telling you, they got more freedom than I got here. I've been there. I've lived there for weeks, and I had more freedom there than I have here. This is not a free country. This is not a free country. I did not have to ask permission to go anywhere. I did not have, I could have bought any drug I wanted over there in the store, but there's no drug activity there. None. There's no alcoholism there. None. You could drink at 5 years old if you wanted to. We create our own mess. Our government makes us do this. Why is that? Why is that? If I wanted a penicillin pill, I could walk into the store and buy penicillin. If I wanted an opioid, I could walk into the store there and buy one. But I didn't, because I don't want it. I don't need it. And the Chinese people they don't abuse it either.
In Iraq, you could do the same thing, and there were definitely drunks in Iraq, definitely drug users in Iraq.
I'm gonna tell you something. I've been there for days, and I was in
there for a
Beijing.
year.
I was in Beijing. Okay,
Okay.
30-some million people, and I can tell you, I've never seen an alcoholic stumbling and sitting somewhere. Never.
Well, I mean, in Iraq, you can go in anywhere and buy anything.
Yeah.
At any given time. I definitely saw people that were drunk, alcoholics. I definitely saw drug users.
Now their punishment in China is pretty crazy. You get caught with drugs, you lose fingers in it. I mean, but does it belong?
Unusual punishment. Unusual if you look at the Constitution.
But see, that's what we're taught. You see what I'm saying? We're taught that. We're raised to think this way. Until you go and you see those other cultures, you don't know what's going on. That's their culture. Leave them alone. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I'm not messing with China.
But we want to. Our government, they give me a list before I went over there. There was pages of what I'm not supposed to talk about, what I'm not supposed to do, what I'm not supposed to do this. You know, I covered that whole page probably the first day with the guy I hired. I hired a girl to take me places and that, right? We sit down to eat, and now she was asking, it was almost like she had that guy to ask me them questions. I didn't get in trouble for answering those questions. It didn't do nothing to her. It didn't change her mind. 90% of the people there are happy. How many people in this country is happy? I bet there's not 90%. I mean, look at what was just going on right now. Tens of thousands of people out here protesting.
I would blame that on political parties.
You would what?
I blame the unhappiness on political parties. And I'm gonna let the Republicans.
Listen,
I would blame it.
You know what I tell people? They always ask me, are you Republican or Democrat? You know what I tell them?
You're probably a libertarian. If you were going to pick a party, you don't have a party, I'd say you're a libertarian. If you're gonna pick one.
I'm as equal as you can get, because my thinking of government is there's a Democrat and a Republican Party, since they're their main parties. All they're there for is to divide us. That's it. It's the
parties exist. They're a corporation like any other corporation. So as long as you keep that in mind.
No, I mean.
So, but I would have guessed we're a libertarian, because you said pretty middle of the road. People can do what they want to do.
Well, I grew up
and limited government interference.
I grew up and I worked union, and that day you had to register Democrat. If I got caught being a union person and I was registered Republican, I would have gotten fired somehow. I would have gotten kicked out somehow. I sway either way. I mean, if you're good.
The problem is that if I say I'm a Republican, then you already have in your mind that I'm pro-life. I don't know. Whatever it could be. All these things I have to identify with as being a Republican, but that's not necessarily the case. Because the party wants to be this or that, you know what I mean? But I could be that, so be kind of middle of the road, which I probably am more than most people.
But yeah, I mean, that's you know, it doesn't matter to me whether you're Republican or Democrat. It's what your morals are. Mm-hmm. If your morals don't line up to what the majority of the people at least want,
right, then
I'm against you. It's that simple. It's not even my morals, because I can live with things that I don't like. But if the majority of people, if it doesn't affect them or if it doesn't suppress them, it doesn't hurt them, I don't care.
What's up? How are you?
You know,
good.
It's that I don't like. It's the stuff that suppresses people. You know, I mean, the most common thing that the cops do around here is I'm walking down the street. The first thing they want to do, and they see me with the camera, and they want to stop me. They want my ID.
Yeah, which they can't ask. That's why I didn't ask y'all's name the whole time. I just asked what your channel was. I was going to see your channel.
And believe me, the cop that stopped us 2 days ago, we'll be filing reports, and we will be filing lawsuits.
That's the thing.
The lawsuits is not for money.
Yeah, no, you're just doing it just to prove the point.
No, it's not to prove the point. It's to put a hurt into them. And at least the residents see that, hey, they did wrong. Step up and start bitching and complaining about these people. Stop paying this money out. You know what I'll do with the money? I don't.
Right.
But it's the guy admitted he stopped us for nothing but to ask us a question.
Yeah.
Then he tried to say, well, I'm conducting an investigation. Investigation of what?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, 3
with
minutes in, you could tell the guy's like, whoa, wait a minute, I pulled the wrong pickup over today. He didn't want to do with this.
Right.
But, you know, he couldn't answer our questions. And that's the disconnect. Just answer our questions when we ask you. That's all you have to do.
A lot of them, they get so nervous about being sued that they don't want to say anything, and they don't want
Listen, I'm not out for lawsuits.
Yeah.
I'm not out for it. But if you give me that, if you give me that opportunity, I'm going to, for one reason, to make sure that you guys get in line.
Yeah, you learn it. You're gonna learn the lesson. I get you.
You know?
You learn the lesson.
Because that's the only resort we got. We can't go to nobody. Like, they file a complaint against that guy. You know where that complaint's going to be?
No.
I can almost tell you that if I file that complaint 2 weeks later, I FOIA that record. There's no record.
Right.
It's in the trash.
But if you file a civil suit.
But at least I have record that I filed a complaint. You see? And if that wouldn't happen, You know, one of the biggest things we have to do is qualified immunity for police officers got to go. That's the worst thing that's ever happened. Okay, that allows any cop to say, I didn't know I didn't know I did that.
Right.
Okay? Disband the unions, okay? Or at least have an oversight committee from regular citizens that investigate them. They investigate themselves.
That would be the best idea.
They investigate themselves. Now, who the hell investigates themselves and commits a crime?
Yeah, exactly. I've always thought that would be a good idea.
It's like George up there. If that video didn't surface, do you think any of that would happen? Because if you look back and you see what he put down on the police report, that guy resisted arrest. That guy was flipping out. That guy was crazy. He had to do that for us. But as soon as the film come out, guess what? It all changed. And that's why we film everything. Because it's pathetic. It's craziness.
Well, I need to get in.
All right. Well, thank you.
To
Nice
death
to
out
meet
here.
you.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you. You have a good one.
Yep, take it
See
easy,
ya.
man.
You too.
Everybody hear that conversation? Sorry, I forgot I was live, actually. Sorry, folks. Did everybody hear that conversation?
See that guy riding around blowing his train horn, man? That's just what everybody needs, a damn train horn. Whew, it's freaking hot. Well, I've been on here for 59 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah, it will, Whitebeard. There ain't no doubt about it. But I don't think he's going to stay completely silent. That's for sure. I think he'll pull back enough to stay safe.
Who?
Eric.
Oh yeah, I talked to Eric yesterday for 15 minutes.
But I don't think he's going to be silent.
Well, he don't have to be silent, but he has to choose his words very carefully because they will try to misconstrue his words just like they did before, just like they always do, and we know how they do it. But like I said, the whole world's saying fuck the police, so how are they going to stand up against him for saying what he said? And all he said, he has a prophecy. You got to put that prophecy word in there. That's like alleged. If you don't have alleged, you don't have prophecy, well, then they might be able to try to misconstrue your words.
But that was the clerk of courts that I was talking to, if everybody heard it. I put the camera down because he was wanting to really see what my gimbal looked like, which is not what I'm carrying. And then I forgot about you because he got me into a conversation. And I don't know, maybe you heard it. I hope you did. And I guess we're going to jump off of here. And, you know, Eric should be getting out of jail here soon.
By 2 o'clock, they're supposed to put his
And,
ankle bracelet on.
You know, that's
Eric
going to be a
Grant.
big moment.
Freedom today for Eric.
They
better not. Boy, they'll cause a riot from hell because everybody in the world will be heading toward Denver. If they don't let them out.
You know, I'm not sure what we're going to do here. If we need to go live again, we will be back. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot, people.
And we are gone.